It feel like a strange compliment if somebody shares their parent function with you. So for example, an INP type, both the F and the T versions have the same parent function, sharing something totally random with you, like it's out of nowhere. They have this one little thing that they think that's connected to you. It's NE parent, by the way, extroverted intuition. Didn't you play Guitar Hero a long time ago? Once. I personally did it a lot. I was watching this conversation happen, totally out of nowhere, and that was it. That was the whole conversation, basically. And they love it, because they made a connection, and they shared that with you. That's a compliment. If an ENFP and an ESFP share with you some of their moral values, their art, because a lot of artists in there, take it as a compliment. They trust you with their parent function. If an INFJ or an ISFJ gives you love, that's a compliment. Yes, this is an obligatory function. You feel we need to do it, but to trust somebody with it makes it a compliment, right? ESFJ, ESTJ shared a memory with you, a system, something that worked, something in their spiderweb archive. I find that kind of rare in my world, but that's kind of, appreciate those moments, man. INTJ and ISTJ, if they told you what to do, wow. They weren't like afraid of you doing something, not that they're afraid at all, but they were like afraid of the backlash, They weren't just avoiding you. They're like, hey, this is an idea. This might make your life a little bit more efficient. Thanks. ENTP, ESTP. Somehow they tell these wild stories. I don't know why. Might be a function, but they're labeling it as such, as truth. And it's usually fuzzed. I don't know why. That's FI blind, but mixed with the TI makes some fun stories. Hey, did you know? Thanks, EXTP. I appreciate you. I know you love me too. Let's see. ENFJ, ENTJ. If they share their big goals with you, their vision with you. ENTJs love to do that, by the way. They care. They feel the need to, okay? It's awesome. It's like, wow, that's why you guys have all the friends, ENFJs. That's why you have all the businesses, ENTJs. You see how it works. Thanks for taking the time. ISTP and ISFP. This is where it gets weird. If they spend the time with you, like physically present with you, and they're there, they're fully there with you. That's huge. That's huge. That's why ISFPs and ISTPs, stereotypically the ISTPs go hunting with a friend or two. ISFPs usually have that one person around. They'll glue onto somebody, ISFPs. That's a compliment. So I think that's all 16. If I missed any, let me know. But has anybody ever done this with you? And at the time, you may or may not have taken that as a compliment. Some people say this function is obligatory, the parental function. I feel like I should do this to you. But because they're acting on that impulse, there is a maybe possibility that they trust you in some way. It's also a trust factor, right? Because you can't parent somebody else's kid. Trust me, if a kid throws a freaking Hot Wheels car at my kid on the playground, I'm gonna say, hey, not to the kid, because that's just weird. I ain't talking about parent functions to parent functions, Eric. Interesting. Hey, did you know your kid just threw a Hot Wheels car at my kid? Huh? What? You never know what's going on. Maybe they're sharing something with you because there's something horrible happening in their life. Take the INPs, for example, again. They're dot connectors all over the place. It's because something else happened to something else to something else, and it somehow comes back to you. That's why it's a compliment. Because maybe if you go up to that parent who's not watching their kid, and they had a really hard day, and they can't even focus, and all they can say is sorry. Now how do you feel? Parent functions, man. Parents have relationships too. So parent to parent, I'm sharing with you how I feel, and what I feel is right and wrong. And that's a compliment, because I love you.